Being a girl means maintenance is mandatory, but paying hundreds of dollars for it is completely optional. And if I can learn it, I'm doing it because I love being high maintenance. I just don't believe in high maintenance bills. I just DIY'd my entire beauty maintenance routine for less than $50. And when I say the entire thing, I mean it. I'm talking hair, nails, lashes, brows, toes. Well, I did go get a pedicure, and only because I needed the professionals to handle my toes. But besides that, I think I just saved myself literally anywhere between $500 to $600 doing everything myself. It's Valentine's Day this weekend, so I needed to get cute, pamper myself. I'm going on a little getaway with my man. So I'm going to take you guys along with me through the entire thing from start to finish. This is the final product, so if you want to see how I achieved all of this, keep watching. My hair is the one part of my maintenance routine that literally takes forever to do, and normally I always wait until the last minute, but I'm trying to be different. So this time we're starting my hair 2 days before my trip for Valentine's weekend. 2 weeks ago I did these really cute fulani braids on my natural hair and I loved it, but like I said, that was 2 weeks ago and I don't really know what we're working with now underneath this bonnet, but whatever it is, we're gonna figure it out together. We're gonna do a little refresh, so let's just see what we're working with.
Ow! Jump scare.
Okay, can you see what I'm saying with the fulani braids? I definitely am starting to get a little bit of like flaking, like product buildup. I just think that this look was so cute. I have to run it back. So like I said, we're just going to do like a little bit of a refresh. Before we jump into the actual wash day routine, I need to loose out these braids and detangle my hair. I'm ready, so let's get to it. It's currently 2:27. Let's see how long it takes me to loose out and detangle this fro. This is probably like my 7th or 8th bottle, family size bottle at that, of this pre-poo. I literally cannot do my wash day routine without it. I also use a spray bottle just to like wet the strands a little bit before I put on the pre-poo because I feel like it gives me a better slip. And then this is like my other holy grail. I like to detangle using my Pattern Beauty shower brush. This brush, let me just say, this brush is $20. Never in my life have I ever paid $20 for a hairbrush, but this is worth it. I promise this is worth it. It's literally just so good.
I think it's so easy to fall in love, so come give me a call and we'll fall into us. I'm the perfect mix of Saturday night and the rest of your life.
I just finished detangling. It is currently 3:16. I usually let it sit in my hair for about 20 minutes before I rinse it out and then move on to shampooing and conditioning. So I set myself a little timer, so once this goes off, we'll finally be able to actually start washing my hair. Okay, it's finally time to start washing my hair. I'm gonna go in with this combo from Pattern Beauty. It is their hydration shampoo and their heavy conditioner. I used this combo for the first time about a week ago and I really liked it, especially the heavy conditioner. I don't know if it's because of the cold weather, but my hair has been super dry, super brittle, super just like ew. I always shampoo twice because I feel like my hair needs to get rid of like the buildup from the old product and stuff, and then I like to go in again just to make sure that my scalp is actually clean. So finally, let's wash my hair. I need past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. But I let my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be all above, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said take your time, what's the rush? I said baby I'm a dog, I'm on my. Okay, this is my hair freshly washed. The shrinkage is crazy. Before I start blow drying, I like to part my hair into 4 sections. My hair's on the thicker side, so I just feel like it makes everything way easier and faster. The parts don't have to be perfect. It's just enough so that I can work through each section. I just started using this new heat protector a few weeks ago. It's the Fantasia hair polisher, and I'm using the serum version, but they also have a spray. To apply it, I just take each of the bigger sections and then break them into smaller pieces and work it through strand by strand so that every piece of my hair is coated. Then I go in with my blow dryer. This is the Kiss 1875 Pro. I really love this dryer, especially this comb attachment. It's so good. I normally blow dry my hair on warm heat on the highest like power setting. I don't know if I worded that right, but you get what I mean.
I didn't mean it when I said I didn't love you so. I should have.
So after what felt like 5 hours, I'm finally done blow drying My hair, this is what we're working with. I know I need a trim, so please not too much on me in the comments. It's clean, she's fluffy, and she's ready to be styled.
Cause I didn't know you, cause I didn't know me, but I thought I knew everything. I never felt.
Okay, so quick disclaimer, I braided this part off camera because when it comes to cornrows, I need to focus and I need my parts to be straight, but I kept it simple and did about 12 or 13 straight backs. I only used 2 products to define my curls, the Dew Honey Curl Custard and then Miche Beauty's Anti-Humidity Gel in Wild Rose. I took away any excess hair just so I can focus on one part at a time, and the key that I've learned is working in smaller sections, like not too tiny but not too chunky either. I go in first with the Honey Curl Custard, and when they say honey, they mean it. It's super sticky and thick, but you'll see that it mostly makes my hair absorb product and shrink a little bit, but that's intentional. I use it first because that sticky base creates a grip and it gives the second gel something to cling to. Then I go right on top with the anti-humidity gel and layer it immediately, and that's when you actually start seeing the curls form. The definition doesn't actually show up until the second layer hits. Of course I get shrinkage, but I don't really stress that because I prefer definition over volume for the first few days. Like the volume will come, the puffiness will come, but my goal right now is juicy defined curls, and this is how I get them every single time. And from there I really just repeat the same process over my entire head, still working in small sections. Honey Curl Custard first for that sticky base, layer the anti-humidity gel right on top, brush to define, and then shingle to finish. I do the same steps for every section until my whole head is done. I'm all done. Looks pretty defined to me. So I'm gonna go in with my diffuser and dry my hair and then prep it to go to sleep. Now when it comes to stretching my hair overnight, this is the method that saves me every time. I use these silk scrunchies. It's a pack of 60 from Amazon and a little bit of black castor oil. And I know this might look intimidating, but I promise it's way easier than it seems. I always work in small sections because the smaller the sections mean more control and better chances to preserve my curl definition. For each section, I apply less than a dime size amount of black castor oil and coat my hair. And I specifically use black castor oil because it keeps my hair moisturized, adds shine, and I notice way less flaking in the morning when I use it. Then I go in with 2 silk scrunchies per section, and I place the first one as close to the root as possible and band it down about 3 times. Then I add a second scrunchie further down and band that one 3 times too. The parts don't have to be perfect because once I take everything down and fluff it in the morning, they literally disappear. Then I just throw on my headscarf and add a bonnet and I'm good for the night. It's the next morning, so now I can finally take out these scrunchies and see how well they stretch my hair. I'm excited. I have a really good feeling about this.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's not about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
Okay, they're all out. It might look a little scary right now, but this is a really good overnight stretch. Now I'm gonna go in and separate each section with this black castor oil. I swear this is like the only oil that works to keep my hair from like being flaky and crunching and just all that stuff. $3 from Walmart. Thank you.
We don't really want to, I just wanna get away and sit right next to you.
Whatever's happening in the back is none of my business. This is the final wash and go. It's cute, it's bouncy, she shakes, she moves. I love the definition that I was able to get. It still has just the tiniest crunch because I like it to like fluff out naturally over time. So like by day 3, it's like perfect. It looks so cute. As soon as I finished my hair, I headed straight to my nail appointment. I'm trying out a new salon for the first time just to get a simple pedicure with all white toes. I usually go for French tip, but I had the cutest press-on set waiting for me back at home and I wanted those to be the star of the show. So I kept the toes simple and clean so that everything would match. And listen, I have tried to perfect my own pedicures at home and it just never gives what it's supposed to give. One day I think I'll master it, but today's not that day, so here we are. I decided to try a new salon because the last time I got a pedicure, I paid $40 for the service and then $35 just to add French tip. And after reading your comments, I realized that that was not normal pricing. Altogether with tip included, I paid about $50, which was way more reasonable, and I was actually happy with the results. I just got back from my toe appointment, so now it's time to do my nails. I got these really cute press-ons from Amazon. Because it's Valentine's Day, I wanted to try to be like a little bit cutesy, step out of my comfort zone, do a little bit of something. Just a little. People always ask me how I'm able to get my press-ons to stay on forever because I am the press-on princess. It's about prep. If your press-ons are falling off, it's because you're not prepping them right. I literally also got this kit from Amazon. I've had it for a couple months now. Honestly, I don't even know what half of these are supposed to do. I only use one of these, but it's got everything. It literally has everything you need. If you prep right and then pair it with a good nail glue, your press-on should last. Me personally, I also like to go in with the top coat and some cuticle oil when I'm done applying the press-ons, only because I feel like it just gives it that like salon finish. Okay, so now let's get into these press-ons because my nails definitely need a little bit of TLC, girl. This is not cute. Now that my nails are fully prepped, we can finally get into the fun part, actually applying the press-ons. This is honestly the quickest part of the entire process because at this point, it's really just sizing and gluing. Normally, I use the Perfect Bond glue that I order from Amazon. It's super inexpensive and it holds really well. But of course, when I needed it, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I had to use the generic Kiss glue that comes in their press-on packages. And no shade to it, it's just not my favorite glue. But because I did all that prep, I wasn't too worried about anything popping off. This is cute. And I actually love that each finger is like different. Cute. And because I have some with like so much white in them, I feel like it's gonna match my white toes perfect. I'm happy. Okay, see what I mean? It goes good with my white toes. Cute. Okay, we basically got all the hard stuff out the way. Now all that's left is to shape up my eyebrows, which I use this little $4 razor that I got from the hair store, and then do my lashes and we'll be done. When it comes to shaping my brows, I just use the razor and like a little bit of aloe vera gel. Put it on the perimeter, clean this up, pluck a little bit. It's really easy. This literally takes me like 3 to 5 minutes to do.
You act like you need a mind, trying to do it over, bring it back and rewind it. But all that glitters isn't gold, I was blind. Should've never give you my heart on consignment. And I can't believe the lies that I went for. Thought you was mine, but you decided to be with him. You took my feelings and just threw them out the window. Like it's too hard to...
Okay, so these are the brows. When I do this, I just basically like to clean up the perimeter because I want it to give a little bit of like a sharper look. I think this is perfect. Okay, for my lashes, I use this individual lashes set from a brand called B&Q. I literally got this on Amazon. Don't mind all of the dried glue on the inside. This has 280 pieces, 30D individual lashes. So I use all 10 millimeters across my entire eye. If you ask me, this is honestly the best lash glue. This is the INV Mega Hold individual lash glue. And then I get it in the shade black. They also have like a clear version, but I just feel like sometimes the clear dries like white and then you can like see where it's like attaching to your actual eyelid. So I get the black one because I feel like it all just blends together like seamlessly. And I just use this everyday like tweezer that I literally got from, again, the hair store. Looking straight at a mirror and trying to like do this, like it's just like, it's overstimulating for me. I can't do it. I promise this is way easier. Put a mirror below you, look down. It's so much easier, I promise. Okay, because I have like nothing on this eye, I feel like it's a good time for you to like look at the actual difference. I feel like it's subtle, it's not too much. You can see the difference. Now I'm gonna do the other eye and be done.
Right, and wishing the wheels will fall off. Time is sticking you too long.
These are the lashes. Very natural, very cute, and we're finished. Let me try to zoom in so you can see. Okay, so this is a much better angle. I feel like you can really see them here. They're so cute. So that's everything in my full DIY beauty maintenance routine from start to finish. This is your reminder that you can look put together without overspending. It just takes a little practice and a little patience. Let me know in the comments what part of your routine you want to start mastering yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one.